Welcome to the live streaming tonight. I'm just going to share the link. Okay, a little patience, yes. Sorry, it takes a little bit long, but yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay, tonight we have the live streaming. This live streaming is every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Dutch time. If you want to join any other moment, you're welcome here. Also, you can connect through my email or through Skype. Next Friday, the 7th of February, we will also have a group talk using Skype, and that's a closed group. So that's also like a live stream, but then not for the whole world to see on the web, but a closed small group where we connect with each other, people that can be from anywhere. So if you want to be part of this, just send me an email on the email that's below the video, and then I'll send you the details for this. I want to talk about division, because that's the reason why we suffer, is because we experience division between what's happening and what is the attachment to what is happening. Why would you feel... No, let's put it like this. What is divided? Is the movement of my body, like I did just like this, is it divided? Are my eyebrows divided? Is my laptop divided? Is my cup of tea, is it divided? Is my hand divided? Or my heart? Is it divided? The only thing that's actually divided, or that is creating a illusionary division, because it is an illusion. Division is an illusion. It's based on thoughts. It is based on a belief system, conditioning. So The only thing that's actually divided is the attachment to the value of the thought. It's not even that your thought is wrong, because thoughts just come and go and you don't have a problem with that in a way. It's just coming and going. It's just natural, just like feelings, emotions, sensations, processes that are coming and going in a continuous flow. It's the same with your thoughts. But the thing is that the attachment to the value your thoughts give this process, that creates division. All the rest, everything, and even that, the fact that that is a dynamic of your mind, is not in essence a division. It's just an actual mechanism, like the system of the computer is also a mechanism. It's a system. And what is wrong about the system? You can like it, dislike it, it can be handy, it can be effective, or it cannot be effective, but it's just what it is. So in that is in the essence what division is. That's what it comes to when you look at the concept of division. That means that everything is whole, everything is perfectly complete, non-dual. It's just an expression of energy in endless, never-ending shapes, forms, things that are happening, which is amazing, which is a mystery, and which is an adventure, and which is a challenge, and all the things in between, like the roller coaster and then the calm waves of the ocean when there's no wind or no storm. It's everything in between and the extremes as well. So it is an art, in a way, to learn to ride the waves, to learn to see that your heart and all the sensations and the whole body that is facilitating your life, your experience, this human form is free. It's open. It's not divided. It's whole, which is and can be an eye-opener. It can be maybe very clear to you, but then still maybe you struggle with things even though you see that there's no division. It's all possible. You can have clarity about, yes, I know that this is all one expression, but I still experience struggles with my daily life, with the way I relate to my loved ones, in relationships, in family matters, in intimacy issues. There can be so many challenges on a human level that we have to deal with. So, yes, sorry, that is understandable. It's what makes us human. Like the fact I can't stop sneezing, or I have to sneeze. Yeah, so we're all in this together. That's what it is. We're all in this together. Being whole, but experiencing division in moments, or maybe at times, sometimes. So that gives us the chance to reflect on what and why we actually experience division. Why would you experience division? Do you know this about yourself? Does it have to do with triggers, people that remind you of certain patterns that have nothing to do with that other person actually, but they remind you of something that you used to do, or maybe you're still doing it, but you're not aware of it yet. So you can get triggered, and that gives a sense of division, and that gives a sense of separation and makes you suffer, because then the focus goes out to it's a reactive focus that goes out to someone or a situation, or maybe an old pattern or trauma that's still happening for you or still alive for you today. So when your response goes outwards and it goes to situation or people, when you realize this, when you become aware of this, which takes honesty and courage to see this, then you can turn it back and bend it back, the energy, bend the energy back inwards, bend it towards yourself, where you can feel that it's not about anybody else but myself, but you. You know, it's about how you relate to yourself, what you feel, what you're actually going through, and start to see that it is okay that you have your primal first response is to react to somebody else and to maybe point even to others, but actually somewhere you know that it's not. So you have to remind yourself, recondition yourself to think and to learn to respond. Yeah, but it's inside of me, you know, it's a part of me. It's just a part that is being reflected outside of me, like the life situation that you're having, in whichever way that is. And that takes and asks honesty, quite a big amount of honesty towards yourself. Not necessarily towards others, but towards yourself. Because honesty is courageous. It makes you like, it creates the fire. It lightens the fire of a knight that goes to fight for justice. You know, it's honesty is the flame of love in a way that can burn brighter, because you give it air, you give it something in a way to make it breathe, to grow, to burn your old suffering, your old patterns, your old conditioning away. That is what honesty does. When you want to cover and deny your truth, the way you're truly feeling and what's truly going on, your shame, your guilt, or whatever concepts that you've been taught that you had to adjust yourself to be able to survive. It takes courage to uncover them and to start to see, yeah, I actually still feel really bad about myself. I think I'm really not doing this well, or I feel that I'm lacking. I'm denying myself. This is not a good thing. Maybe that's what you experience. But the thing is, it's not about whether it's good or bad. It's about acknowledging what is happening, what is going on, how you feel, and what processes are going on. Whether it is suppressing a system, whether it is creating aggression, whether it brings up aggression. Acknowledge this aggression and try to not suppress it. instead see that is an energy, like it's another kind of flame that is disrupted. It cannot really burn bright because it's disrupted by, I don't know, thick air or dust or dirt or whatever that prevents the fire, the flame, from really burn bright and pure and light in the truth of what you really are. And that is the pure longing that everybody in a sense has, but lots and lots of people forget about this and they fall back into some vague left thing that's left from their essence, because there's so many layers of suppression and of denial that sometimes it's hard to get into touch with the underlying nakedness, the vulnerability of what you're truly feeling. And some people also don't know or don't think they don't know because they don't know what they're feeling, and it's mainly because there's so much layers of thinking on top of these feelings that it's so fucking scary to allow these emotions to rise, because then it feels like I'm going to die. This is just like feels so vulnerable. How can I survive this? You know, I've learned so much to unlearn to be vulnerable. That there's this vulnerability. I know exactly how that feels. It's scary as hell. Can be really, really hard to allow yourself this vulnerability. But this vulnerability is undivided. It's just a pure energy of feeling naked, feeling vulnerable, feeling insecure, feeling maybe also not sure, not knowing what to do, feeling out of control, of feeling fear or anxiety, or all different kind of things. So it's an exploration and an observation of what is going on. What do you feel? And before I forget, we are going to organize a retreat in May this year, from the 15th until the 22nd of May in Portugal, in the Algarve. Me and my friend Will, I've just posted, shared also the link to the details on Facebook, but you can also find it on my website. And if you want, you can also get a 10% discount when you book an early bird. There are not that many places, so because I like really, and me and Will, my friend too, we like to work really with a small group, so we can have lots of energy and attention and the focus on who is there. So if you want really to connect more to your presence, and also that you are connected, that you don't have to go and look for it, but that you are already connected, undivided, and also to share the joy of this connection, then you're very, very welcome to join our retreat in May. So you can check it out later, or now if you want. And as usual, when I give the live stream, you can also ask questions. You can even have a live talk with me here, which is free, and it's nice when you want to share something about your situation, questions that you're having. Sometimes it happens in the chat besides the live talk. That's also possible, but you can also send your questions to my Skype account, which is LeeG Live, and then I can answer you through there. Yeah, whoa, I have a lot of pain in my shoulders. I have, I don't know, shoulder pain, muscle pain. So I just have to listen to my body even better when there's pain. Yeah. So many times people feel the absolute need to control life, to control situations, because you feel powerless, because it makes you feel powerful, or it makes you feel that like you have in control. But many times it actually only reinforces the sense of division, of separation. And it can give actually a lot of tension, stress, anxiety, and frustration when you try to be in control. And my focus is usually on turning that focus around, to turn it completely to the focus of the experience, of what you are actually experiencing right now. What do you experience? Go into your sensations, your bodily sensations. Follow your breath and just observe it. Follow the contours of your skin. Like the skin is the biggest organ of your body, and it's amazingly designed to completely and perfectly cover all the organs, the bones, the functioning of the inside of your body. When you shift your focus to your sensations of your skin, then you can actually make it into like a breathing organism, like a sponge, that whenever you're breathing, you can breathe through all the pores of your body. You can breathe in clear, fresh oxygen, energy for everything inside your body, to nourish it, to alleviate pain, to brighten your mood, to clear your head. Observe different things. Observe the way your body position is. Are your legs on the floor, or are your feet Maybe on the chair, on the couch. Are you laying down? Where do you touch where does your body touch maybe the seat or the back against the back of the chair? Where does your body touch the furniture or the ground? And observe this. When you observe this, there is no division. That's why you can instantly feel better when you focus from the thought. We shift the focus from the thought to the body, to the sensations, to energies, and not to the knowing or the information, but just the actual experience. And give yourself time in this. Allow yourself to absorb this. Allow yourself to fall into this, not knowing. There is always a deepening happening, because we are like a black hole. The deepening is endless. There is no beginning and no end to us. It's just an endless deepening. And when you close your eyes, you can experience this deepening of sensations, of your presence, even better. Because where do you begin when you have your eyes closed? Do you start on the right-hand side of your body? Do you end? Where do your feet end? Can you feel the difference between your feet and the floor, or is the energy going onwards through the floor, through the walls, through the furniture? It's just energy. Even though you can experience, well, I'm actually really just touching my foot on the floor. But when you have your eyes closed, there's just an unlimitedness that's better to experience than when you have your eyes open. Your eyes are absolute, beautiful and amazing equipment that your body has to perceive things. But don't be deceived by what you see. Sometimes you meet someone who is perfectly dressed, perfectly presents him or herself, but actually doesn't really make you feel very comfortable. It makes you feel maybe very unsafe. And not just the looks, but also the way the words are being spoken, the things that are being said, the way everything is being presented. It looks all perfect. The whole picture is like impeccable. But some very strong sense of unsafety is there as well. And it's harder to recognize this unsafety because you look at a perfect picture that reminds you about maybe a picture about yourself, that you also want to be impeccable, make this impression of being perfect. So it maybe reminds you of that this is an example of how it should be, or maybe it's another situation, maybe it's somebody that is inspiring you, or a character in a movie that you really recognize yourself in, and that you can feel really, that is very similar to your situation or to your life. But the thing is that what you perceive is just a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So recognize sometimes that it is important to reflect and to allow yourself to truly feel what you're feeling. Like I'm having my eyes closed, and I know I started just to having my eyes closed with speaking about bodily sensations and to reflect on that, but I continue to speak with my eyes closed because I just feel good with it. It makes me feel comfortable and more relaxed and more close to myself. It helps me to center. And when you also experience this, or when you try this, and you recognize that actually, yes, this also really helps me, it's also really helpful sometimes, and maybe you don't do this in a conversation because that can be a bit awkward, but you can allow yourself to do this when you are going to the bathroom, or when you are maybe sitting in the train, instead of looking at your watch or on your telephone or playing a game or reading a book, to just close your eyes for a moment and just consciously just give yourself this moment to reflect on, to breathe a little bit deeper and to feel the resonance of the deepening of your breath, and how you benefit from it, how it supports you. These very small habits that you might need to remember yourself, because many times we know this, but we just need a little reminder. That's what it is. That's the thing. We need this reminder sometimes, because we are busy. We are busy beings, doing our life, working, relating to others, getting lost in our rubbish, in our practical life. So it's good to remember this. And when you like my live streamings and you think they're of good value, I would really appreciate if you put a thumbs up. And of course, you can always share also the links. And yeah. Mm. Also, I'm busy with editing my book, which is also a process of just it's a commitment, and I'm committed to do this, but it's quite a lot of work. I'm writing it in English because it's mostly based on live streams or videos that I've made, but it makes a lot of sense to do this in English, because yeah, I do almost everything in English, and when there's Dutch speakers or Dutch people watching, and if you think it's of value to translate it from English to Dutch, then, and if you have any good tips for editing it in Dutch or to translate it, please do let me know, and then maybe we can also create it in Dutch. Hi, Tom. Good that you're here. Nice. Oh, maybe you missed it, Tom, but I said at the beginning of the streaming that we're going to give a retreat in May in Portugal this year. So maybe you would like to come. That would be really nice. There's not so many spots for available, so yeah, make sure you check it out on my website. It's very nice. Are you about to finish up? No, I'm not about to finish up, but it's not going to take very long. 20 minutes or so, I think. Depends. When you learn to see and accept that you don't have control, the focus or the energy can go more down, maybe even with gravity, to your heart, to where actually the essence of your undivided presence is. You know, it's not only, but your heart is like symbolizing this wholeness of your pure longing, your pure love, your pure beingness. And that energy is a very energetic energy. It has nothing to do with thoughts. It doesn't go into discussion with you. It just follows, it just supports, it beats, it will not go like in a discussion, oh, I have to go now to the left flow of the chamber and then to the other flow. No, it's completely functioning as it does. But the energetic energy is about acceptance, allowance. And when you allow yourself to fall into this allowance, life will open up for you. Because what happens when that allowance is able to just be here, you open up to your own openness, to your own love, to the love that you are. That is so beautiful. Yes, Tom, you can call if you want. And it would be nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, if you want, you can call Tom. And don't forget to put the thumbs up, people. Thumbs up, people! Thumbs up, people! Everybody, thumbs up, people! Yes. Yes? Hello, Tom.
I can't see you for some reason.
Oh.
I don't know why that is.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. You just have to put the thumbs up. I can see you.
I've actually got clothes on, so I'll be careful.
Okay, you have always these very interesting situations. Yes.
Yeah, whether it's cling film on the wall.
Yeah.
Naked in bed, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a shame that I can't see you. You know, I don't know. This is a new Skype, so.
I think this is your 5th address, no?
Yeah. I'm like a spy, you know.
Yeah.
Always changing identity. I need to hide.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Even though it's still your full name.
not a very intelligent spy. Oh God, yeah. Running from my criminal past.
Yeah. But Tom, did you already put the thumbs up? You have to put the thumbs up on the YouTube.
Oh, okay. You mean so that you get more views?
Yes, sure.
Right. Well, do you want me to do that now or after the call?
Yeah, no, don't forget it.
Won't forget.
It's essential. It's essential.
It's essential.
Yeah.
You've not got your camera on anyway, but anyway, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to call because, you know, it's nice to have a laugh also. Yes. It's also nice to see myself.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. Now you're just speaking to yourself. That's what it is. That's what it's showing you. There's just only you, Tom. The only thing is that you have a little bit higher voice now.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always been an effeminate man, what can I say?
Yeah.
I actually noticed that I feel a little bit less nervous because I can't see you.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's strange because normally my energy is going out into the room or into the whatever I'm watching on the laptop, but because I'm looking at myself, it's almost like a loop is created or something. I don't know.
Wait, I'm just putting the volume. I can't put the volume higher. I hope you can all hear this well, what Tom is saying, because it's very interesting. I put the mic a bit more close. Yeah. Do continue.
Yeah, it's because I'm looking at myself and I'm speaking to myself. It's almost like a loop is created. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, it does.
It's as though my energy isn't draining away in the same way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, did you hear the part where I was speaking about the eyes?
I've just joined.
Okay. Well, I spoke about the eyes and that when you close your eyes, even when you speak or when you don't speak, when you're just somewhere maybe public, like I'm having my eyes closed now, try to find the difference, discover distinguish the difference between living. Mainly our focus is on obtaining information and obtaining comparisons. That's what I was speaking about, because the eyes register if something is perfect or imperfect, and when you have your eyes closed, you just register sensations. You immediately go to what you actually experience, even though maybe you don't know what it is that you're experiencing, maybe you don't have any idea, but there's only actually just, you don't even know where you're starting or where you're ending when you have your eyes closed. You can follow your breath, you can follow the sensations of your skin, your skull, the touch of the feet with the floor, but there is no actual knowing when you have your eyes closed, when you look only from the perception of experiencing sensations.
Yeah.
And I know you also really, I think, quite enjoy, and you enjoy it when I give like a body scan.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's why you called, but it's interesting, no? It's interesting to experience. So you can also give yourself this during the day, even when you just go to the bathroom, or when you are even in a cafe, or in a bus, or just close your eyes for a moment, and then you immediately fall back into experiencing sensations.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually spend a lot of time in bed, and a lot of that time is spent kind of trying to be in my body.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of half succeeding. So I am in a way quite embodied a lot of the time. When but sometimes or often it's that there's a kind of overall numbness that prevents me from being fully in the body.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, or a feeling of like, I don't know if it's because I'm very skinny and I'm kind of ungrounded.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like my body feels like even now I'm tuning in, and it's like there's nothing there. I don't know. It's difficult to say. It's like empty,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't.
Yes. Yes. You are an empty vessel.
I must have cleared out all the trauma.
Yeah.
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 But actually, what I wanted to talk about or ask you about is, well, I'm working 10 hours a week in a cafe.
Yes.
So that's, well, I don't really like it, to be honest, but the good thing about it is that it gives me something to look forward to and kind of drag me out of bed.
Yeah.
So I'm doing weird things with my eyes now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I find that on my days off, I tend to fall into inertia and lie in bed a lot, and I don't really have the energy to get up and do much. I guess it's because of anxiety kind of, and stress wears me out, and I don't know. I don't know.
What would you like to know? Why do you tell us to me? Because I mean, we've spoken about this before many times.
Oh yeah, it's the same old thing, huh?
No, is there, maybe there is a change, but I'm just wondering why you're telling it me now.
Well, I guess I want to be. I guess I think that I am keeping myself in bed by obsessing about the fact that I'm in bed a lot. Like, and I don't really know why I'm mentioning this. I guess I would like to be up more and being more productive, but I can't really convince myself to get up and do anything as such.
Do you have judgments about the fact that you are then, when you're not working, that you're kind of lazy in the bed, or?
Yeah, probably. I think there is an element of judgment. Yeah. But there's also, it's not really a nice existence, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was watching a documentary on solitary confinement the other day, and I was thinking, oh, I kind of know what that's like, because I spent the better part of 3 to 5 years kind of in the same room, looking at the whitewashed walls,
Mm-hmm.
kind of stir crazy,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent now. It's not really a nice way to live, being in bed all the time.
No, but you could also get some paint and paint the walls a different color.
Yeah, that's true.
Then at least you would look at a different shade of white.
Yeah. I could probably paint a vine up the wall.
And maybe you could paint a whole world that you would like to see and look at the wall. Yeah. Well, it's just a different perspective, and I mean, I'm saying this to cheer you up, but it's also really true. It is. I mean, it doesn't have to cost a lot, Tom, to paint the wall.
Yeah, I know.
So there you go. There's no excuse. I mean, if you, like you say, there is an element of judgment about this. If there wouldn't be an element of judgment about this, you would probably say, yeah, that's a good idea, Lee. Tomorrow I'm going to immediately run to the shop, buy a big bucket of paint, and then I'll get some, what is it called? Coloring and a pigment, and then I will make a couple of buckets, empty buckets that I still have laying around. I'm going to paint my room in different colors and see what happens. But because there's an element of judgment or something underlaying this dynamic in a way, because it is kind of a dynamic of you are active for others, you are not really happy with this, but you're doing it because it's kind of giving you also a focus, which makes sense. But then when you're on your own, there is no focus whatsoever except mainly being in bed or not doing anything with something that gives you a sense of fulfillment or of creativity or connection or inspiration. But you can do this because you are this very creative person. Yeah, maybe it's good to close your eyes a bit, just because to let this in, this energy of what I'm saying, because I'm saying this because I see you, and I think it's also kind of in a way, yeah, a cry. I'm not saying a cry for help, but it is in a way asking for help, no? And every moment is a new moment. Every moment you can start anew. You don't have to feel ashamed. It's not about guilt or wrongdoing or right doing. It's about every moment is a new moment where you can start anew, fresh. And it has nothing to do with nobody else but you. So you can only go inwards and feel for yourself, like what is something that you naturally feel attracted to, even though maybe it's not right now there in your life. And I can't decide that. I cannot answer that question, but I think you can. Everybody can. Everybody can, when they go really into their inner world, what is in your heart, in a way, in your in an energetic vibration that feels good, that you makes you feel happy, that makes you feel vibrant or inspiring. There is something, and usually there are several things actually, to to explore this. Tom, you can do that.
Yeah, it just seems that it's buried over so many years of whatever depression that have built up. But like you say, it must be there underneath.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, like you say, the cry for help thing. I think that for such a long, I mean, you know, falling into this depression, bad habits, whatever. I think that I have, like, I've not really been needed by anyone other than my partner, and like, and this is not like a pity party, but it's just what I've observed that. Like, no, I've not really been needed by society, by anyone else, and I've not really had any intervention from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I can. What is the point I'm trying to make? I can see how that's not been helpful for me, Not that I can blame anyone else necessarily, but there's a part of me that feels a kind of darkness around that there's not been any intervention, and I've kind of been allowed to slip into this into this state. I don't know if that sounds like really like poor me, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have like I could have done with some help around, to do the house and to something. I don't know, whatever. Like, and the doctors knew that I wasn't doing very well, and yet nothing was really done. It's not as if people don't know, I think oftentimes people just pretend that everything's fine, and I mean, because we're all intuitive beings, aren't we? And we know when a friend of ours is not doing so well, or a family member. I think so. I guess it's just a sense of like being neglected. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I feel sorry for you in that sense. But also, on the other hand, it's also really a reflection of how you relate to yourself, because you are also not really including yourself. You are, if you would really listen more to your true needs, then that could also be crystallized or manifested around you. Life is truly a reflection of our inner world. And so we create it, whether unconsciously or consciously, it doesn't matter. So it's also up to you to see, I need to open up and leave my comfort zone to be able for this to come to me. I mean, that includes for me too. If I don't go out of my house, I won't meet any other people. I won't make connections. If I don't reach out, it's the same for me. It counts for everyone. And because we are in essence social beings, it's so important to connect. And that takes courage also, because, as you say, you have experience with people that you feel that they are not recognizing you, they're not they may be neglecting you. But on the other hand, that is not, it's not about fault or anything. It's just about what's next. What can I do to help myself, to support myself? Try to recognize that you are responsible. You have responsible towards yourself to take care of yourself. And that is if you start to see this, if that becomes an insight for you, yes, actually, I find it really shitty maybe to admit, but actually, yes, you're right. We're all in a way responsible for our lives. And that doesn't mean that we cannot have partners, loving partners, or supporting, or maybe not supporting partners, but it's just, yeah, we need, life is also an action. It's an interaction. We have to show ourselves brave, vulnerable, to confront ourselves with also with our limitations, but especially also with our possibilities. Yeah, so it's all that, dear.
It's just, as you were speaking about the painting, there's a part of me that was thinking, yeah, that would be a great idea, and then there was a part of me that's like, well, that would be really difficult because I'd have to move the bed out of the room, I'd have to put tape all around the borders, and how would I not get paint on the blinds? I'm not a professional. So I've just noticing that my mind jumps in immediately and creates reasons to not do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or that it's a Herculean task,
Yeah. But that's the thing, and that's the habit, that's the pattern. But you can take a little step. You can take a small corner. Maybe start with just a little part. And if your partner is also okay with it, because you're living there together, yeah, but I think that would be fun also. Try to see it not like a mission impossible, but more like oh, this is something I'm going to just try, and maybe it's going to not absolutely not work out, but maybe also something will happen with you.
Do you like my dead roses?
Well, I saw something else just behind your shoulder. There's a tiny little animal behind your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I saw one. I love these animals.
Actually, I only bought this maybe 4 days ago from a charity shop.
It's so sweet. How do you call these animals in English?
We would call them otters.
Otters?
Or would it be a meerkat? No, it would be a meerkat.
Yeah, it's this little. Yeah, they stand behind on their feet, and they they are in groups. They're living in groups, right? The meerkat.
meerkat. Looks like a Dutch word, meerkat.
Meerkat. Okay, yeah, meerkat. Okay, nice, very nice, Tom.
Yeah.
I love it.
$1.99. That's why I bought it.
Maybe you can paint more of their friends on the wall.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like a 5-year-old paint.
Well, it doesn't matter. Well, darling, I think I'm going to end this. Mm-hmm. But very nice of you to call.
Thanks, Chick.
Hmm?
I said thanks, Chick.
Thanks, Chick. Okay, then. Okay, yeah. Take care, and let me know what happens.
This room will be, a blue room next time we speak.
Something will happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I have been thinking to paint this room for a while. In the last few weeks, it's been on my mind. So
you see?
Must be telepathic connection,
Yeah. And ask help also if you think things are difficult. That's also a very important thing in life, to be able to ask help.
Okay. Can you book the next flight over then?
That's a good one. Yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Yeah, and James. Yeah. Okay, dear. Have a good night.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Yep. Okay, that was Tom. That was very nice. And thank you, WebTube. I'll remember the tip about closing the eyes to reconnect with the inner emotional state. Yeah, that's a very good one to do. I do it many times, and it always helps, actually. So when you want to speak with me one-on-one, like I just did with Tom, but then for a longer period of time, you can check out my website, send me an email, and book a session. You can also come to the group talk next Friday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Dutch time. That is a small, really small group online with no other people. And if you want and like and to be part of a little bit bigger event and time, much more time, quality time, and deepening of our joyful presence, then you can come to the retreat next May 15th to 22nd of May. 1 week of beautiful people and connections. So you can find all that information now on my website or on my YouTube, on my Facebook actually. Yes, so that was it for tonight, I think. Unless there's somebody that still wants to share something that you can let me know here on the chat. But you can also write me an email if that's more your thing. Yes, I think we're going to end this I'm not so picky. It can be longer, but it feels good. Feels good to end it. Okay, people. See you soon. Next week, 7:30 p.m. I'll be here again.